Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Professor Layton Curious Village. Oh, okay, we get a new intro. Layton and Luke narrowly escaped the crush of a runaway Ferris wheel while searching the park. The Ferris wheel destroys an old shack on the shore, revealing a secret subterranean path. They're kind of going tongue-twistery here. After finding a tower-shaped key in the underground room, Layton and Luke make their way back to town. With the key in hand, Layton debates heading to the tower. However, after sensing a sinister presence near them, the professor devises a plan to out the fiend. Alright, that's actually a pretty good summary of how things are going here. I guess we'll just talk to everyone we run into is the whole gimmick. So I don't think I don't think we're gonna get much. I don't think we're gonna find much from that because I feel, like I said, I'm sorry, my brain is fried. It seems to me like the characters' dialogues aren't resetting between chapters anymore, so I don't think that's going to impact whether or not they have any new puzzles for us. Hello, Professor. Something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? The papers, certainly. Hang on for just a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. That's what was in those papers anyway, Professor. Yo-ho, Professor Layton. I don't remember what voice I did for Raymond. Raymond, and to what do we owe this visit? Oh, he told me I needed to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. He and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We will set out for the manor in just a few moments. Okay, I guess we're doing that here. Let's see if there's any more dialogue here. Oh, hello there, Professor. Have you any luck tracking down that bill-dodging ruffian? And we do not answer. Pretty cool. I guess we can check on Deke and what's his name, although yeah, it's the same as always. Okay. That's fine. Oh, it's you found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. I thought she has her own theme. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? And she vanishes. Okay. What's, how you doing, buddy? Marco. Okay. Cool beans. Always glad to talk to you, Marco. Hey, Raymond. You got anything new for us? Phew, if it isn't Professor Layton. Judging by your expression, it seems you haven't found the golden apple. You look terribly tense, Professor. Perhaps this small puzzle will help loosen you up. I don't know how to do the hoo-hoos. Over the river, of course, it's a river-themed puzzle. 30 pick rats. Help Stash and Scarf move the wolf, sheep, and cabbage from one side of the river to the other, while obeying the following rules. In addition to its captain, not captives, the raft can only support one animal or item at once. When Stash and Scarf is in air, the wolf will eat the sheep and you have to start over. The sheep will eat the cabbage when Stash and Scarf is around. If you let the sheep have its way, you have to start over. You can shuttle the raft back and forth as many times as you like, but the short solution takes 7 moves. Use your stylus to load a wolf sheep or head of cabbage onto the raft. Since Stash must power the raft, you can only move one element at a time. Press shaft to send it to the opposite bank. You don't need anything. You do not need to load anything onto the raft in order to move it back and forth. So just out of curiosity. Oh, that's interesting. Let's just see the animations here. So if I load the cabbage, the wolf should eat the... Okay. If I move the wolf, is the cabbage going to have X's in its size? No. So yeah, obviously we have to move the sheep first. That's forced. Then you can move either. And there's a couple forced moves like that. And it's all pretty much just automatic, aside from a couple.
Layton's apprentice saves the day.
Like, once you have one over, it's pretty much just like the only possibility for most of the options, so that was masterful, but I expected nothing less from the great Professor Layton. Ahoo-hoo-hoo. Painting scrap, pretty big fan of that. We're almost there. Oh wait, do you have anything else, Raymond? Not Layton. I'm Layton. $80 a crest. They're always such a handful to take on, aren't they? Ahoo-hoo. Alright. Let me get to... Oh, a cutscene? Or no, it always just takes a long time to load. Pretty cool. Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in. Everyone is waiting. Sorry, have to give me 1 second because it might look a little glitchy here because of I'm doing things that... Anyways, don't worry about it. Thank you, Matthew. Hopefully I voiced that line before. Is something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. Alright, if you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. And we're gonna get a cutscene, right? Are we? Maybe. Chelmey's here. Ah, Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Chelmey? Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You are responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? He says with a very smug expression. Nonsense. Yeah, nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. Don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This vase is on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this vase. And we tried to pick it up at the market before, but we didn't accept it. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. How do you have our fingerprints? Well, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. Oh? If this vase is evidence, why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, eh? Come on, out with it. I was with Luke investigating matters down in the village. Is that the best you can muster? It is clear that the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. He too wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that he conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. Well, I'm at it. I'll take the key to the tower you picked up, too. It seems you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector. If you're a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of the household could have committed this crime. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are we even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? Why wouldn't there be blood if we took him out there? Inspector Chelmey, I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing in the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious?
If there is any criminal element involved in this case,
Stop breathing so loud.
then it is you, sir. Oh, that's absurd.
Hey, calm down.
What utter You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
He's growling like a dog. Pretty cool. Oops, sorry, once again. I try to move the screen with my... Jeez, hang on one sec. I'm trying to move the screen with my drawing tablet, but it keeps dragging the edges and like resizing it. I've heard you're quite the devoted husband, Inspector. I bet you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Look, I found this article in the paper. Look, what was Inspector Chelmey's favorite food again? Oh, I gotta answer it. Yes, it's the fritters. This article specifically states you love sweet potato fritters. Yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? Your point is? It just so happens I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters in red. That's kind of... Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please, take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Inspector Chelmey's wife is Emily, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Grr. Out then. Who are you, and why have you been impersonating Inspector Chelmey? And why have you been running this investigation? Germ. But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. How'd you get in town, yeah? Or, hang on, we're skipping over that. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received a report that a party had come to St. Mystere, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mystere's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village. From that point on, no one could enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when this seclusion began? I don't remember if it was the first or the second, I'm going to be honest. Oh yeah, okay, good. Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there was no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there is no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmey, when did you actually first set foot in St. Mystere? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Grr. While we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I have spoken of what we found there to no one. There is no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Well, let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Humph. That's so funny. This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded how despicable I find you, Layton. That's exactly why you're worthy of being my arch enemy. I don't like that sprite right there, I'm gonna be honest. Another cutscene? Just rubber Foley. Pretty cool. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mystere. I'll have to wait since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mystere hides a secret of epic proportions. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery, I just have to smile. My business here today has come to an end, so I'll be off now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. One day, I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you. And on that fearful day, you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, perhaps even some galoshes. Gosh. Gosh is right, Luke. Oh, okay, that was kind of unnecessary, but sure. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of the hard sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. The promise, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. Sure. The science board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. His field, which is science. Sneaking into St. Mystere to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What'd you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. Well, that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? Well, I mean, there's a lot of secrets hidden in the village, if we're going to be honest. I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple, shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. I guess this video is going to be a bit longer than usual, given how things are just kind of going. And we solved our first mystery of Chelmey, but we can't look at it just yet. Alright, here we go. Journal. We got 3. The inspector's call. In order to confirm my hunch, I asked Beatrice to loan me the last few days' worth of newspaper, but it seems that someone has made off with the whole stack. Those papers would have been the decisive proof needed to confirm my suspicions, but I'll have to go on without them. I'd like to continue searching for the papers, but the inspector summoned us, so we'll have to give up on that for now. I guess St. Mystere has its own internal printing press and that. The girl's warning. En route to the manor, we ran into that shawled girl again. I meant to ask her many things, but she vanished moments after she appeared. She stayed just long enough to warn us to stay away from that tower. Arriving at the manor, I noticed something peculiar about Matthew's expression today. Why has the inspector called us here? Enter Don Paolo. Behind the vinyl mask, the man who had posed as the inspector all this time was none other than the brilliant scientist Don Paolo. It seems he too was after the Reinhold fortune. He alluded to some larger mystery at work in the village, and I'm fairly certain I know which one he means. Okay, gonna be kind of just vaguely about that. Chelmey. What a shock! Who could have imagined that Don Paolo, self-proclaimed archenemy of the professor, was posing as the inspector in an effort to steal the Reinhold fortune? The true Inspector Chelmey never set foot in St. Mystere and is probably at home in London enjoying tea and sweets right now. And we got another painting scrap. That's pretty hype. Okay, I don't know how this one... It's not an edge, so it has to be here, right? Okay, oh, there we go. One more until we got that down. And we'll save. Okay, hopefully all the resizing issues didn't show up too bad on the recording. And we will call it here for an episode. As always, thank you for watching.